Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this edition of the Damn Music Show here at 94.3 FM KWVH Wimberley Valley Radio. That's Damn like holding back the water because he's Darren and I'm Micah. I'm still mad that we don't call it the Mad Music Show because I'm Micah and you're Darren. But today it's the Damn Music Show. Welcome in, everybody, here on our radio show at Wimberley Valley Radio and also on our YouTube channel if you just would come want to see what we look like. I recommend maybe not. But if you just feel like it, swing on over to our YouTube channel. You can see both of our shimmering mugs. Darren, what is the word today?
Bird is the word. Haven't you heard? Bird is the word.
That
bird
just,
bird is the word.
All I can see is Jim Carrey's face.
It's a Family Guy thing now, too.
Is it?
Have you heard? The bird's the word. He does it like once every 2 seasons.
All I see is Dumb and Dumber, and I'll never see anything else.
Yeah, that's from the 60s or 70s, I think. That's like Vietnam era song right there. I don't even know who sings that song.
I know nothing besides
But I do
Dumb
know
and Dumber.
today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. We have got so much to talk about. Thank you to listening to our show. Yes, the Damn Music Show, DAM. But you can be mad about the Damn Music Show. How about that? Mad passionate about that. So anyway, we are going to talk about music and review 2 new songs. I can't even wait to tell you all about it. Let's get started with That's News to Me. All you need to know. We've got a few musical birthdays on March 4th, 2025 on 94.3 FM. Number 1, 1963, Jason Newsted. He was a bassist for Metallica. He joined in 1986 after Cliff Burton's death, and he remained a member until 2001. Why Newsted left is something I used to know, and I don't recall, but I know that Metallica has had some real challenges in the world of bass players. But happy birthday to Jason Newsted. I do remember Cliff Burton's death way back when it happened. I was in high school, read all about it. So happy birthday, Jason Newsted. Micah, do you have an opinion on who is the best bass player for Metallica? Is it Cliff Burton, Jason Newsted, or Robert Trujillo?
Yeah, I don't think I'll step foot here.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think the drama behind the story because the first bassist died in a bus accident.
He did, yeah.
So I think that's always hard to not just have him at the front. I think the other bassists would even say the same. It's like it's not like he was kicked out or something, you know. It's not like he did something wrong.
Oh,
so
no,
it's kind of sad in that situation. But,
but I remember that. They're lucky they didn't lose more people.
They've all been great though.
Yep. So 1953, Emilio Estefan. You know who that is? He is a music producer, and he is part of the team that created the Miami Sound Machine. And Emilio was or still is, I don't know, married to Gloria Estefan. And what I know about Emilio is when I was younger, I was always highly annoyed that Emilio was married to Gloria Estefan because she was 10 years younger and way too pretty for him. And when I was a teenager, I didn't like how old man fatherly he looked, and he was married to such a beautiful woman, Gloria Estefan. So
I believe jealousy is the key word.
Yeah.
Here,
yeah. I don't run from that. I was 100% jealous. So Gloria was the bomb back in the day, and maybe she still is. I've lost track of Miami Sound Machine. But happy birthday to Emilio. I wish you all the best. You shouldn't be married, Gloria. I should be. But happy birthday to you anyway, sir. Hey, must be a bassist kind of day, because 1948, Chris Squire, he was the founding member and bass player for the band Yes. Micah, yes or no? Have you heard of the band Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Are you a fan of the band? Yes or no? Yeah. That sounded more like
Like, sure.
You're not a big prog rock, right?
I'm not.
That's before your time, man. It's all good.
I'm just not. Even I have a lot of friends that like prog rock. It's just never. Yeah, I honestly don't listen to much like rock. I'd say rock takes up 10% of my ear time.
Well, the thing about prog rock is, whether you like it or not, I think you have to appreciate what I
Yeah,
consider
oh,
to be an
gosh.
extra level of musicianship.
I appreciate the heck out of it. I think it's fantastic. But if you look at my like listening, and that's 10%, then that means prog rock makes up about 1% of my 10%.
Sure.
But yeah, I huge amount of respect for it. My friends that listen to a lot of prog rock, they're all like coders and engineers.
That makes sense. All right, let's get on with music news right here on the Damn Music Show. So I have like 3 or 4 sources I go to each week to look for music news, and I went to one of them today, and it was digitalmusicnews.com. And I kid you not, man, every single article on the front page was all negative, and it was 100% about lawsuits. Yeah, it just seems constantly that people in music are suing somebody about something else. It is nuts. So I do have one lawsuit to update you on. The rest is non-lawsuit stuff. So I try to look for the positive best I can. But so here we're going to talk about Hall & Oates, a band I love growing up. I still love their music. So less than 2 years after suing John Oates, Daryl Hall doubles down on the relationship fallout and says the pair will never play again. So if you don't know, Hall & Oates have been done for a few years. But here's what I don't understand, okay? So Daryl Hall sued John Oates for like royalty rights and payments, and it's always about money because Hall said that he wrote, 90% of the songs or something along those lines. And so Oates doesn't, deserve 50-50. Now, I would have felt like that this would have been settled like when they first created all the songs, and I'm going to quit saying the word like. But anyway, here's my question. All right, I looked it up. Daryl Hall is 78 and John Oates is 76.
Yeah.
Daryl, my man, my father passed at 70. My older brother passed at 39. How much longer do you think you're going to live? What are you doing, man?
I mean, it has to be about legacy and kids and family.
I know,
at that point.
but I mean, he's probably worth $400 million. He wants to be $420 million.
I doubt he's worth $400 million.
All right, look it up. All right,
yeah.
Google it while I keep talking.
Yeah,
but anyway,
keep going.
It makes me crazy. All these lawsuits and, Becoming Led Zeppelin is a documentary on this right now. Who knows what's going on Planet Page. And those guys are, damn near 80 years old as well, and according to the internet, Daryl Hall is worth $70 million.
Or not? Yeah.
I'm surprised it's
Yeah.
He hasn't sold his catalog, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
but anyway, Hall & Oates, can you just get it together like everyone else? Quit being babies.
That certainly ain't chump change. I'll tell you another one that wasn't on our list today, but I couldn't believe it. I was teaching some guitar, and somebody wanted to learn some Neil Young.
Yeah.
So, as you know, you remember
Neil Young.
Neil Young. What did Neil Young boycott for the last 4 years? He was on
streaming,
massive pedestal about how they just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've always had to go to YouTube to find his music, but I just typed it in Spotify accidentally. Guess who's back up on Spotify?
No kidding.
I was blown away. So then I just did some really good brief search here for about 30 seconds, and it just said that Neil Young put his music back on Spotify after a long-standing fight.
Well, good for him, for Neil Young fans. So
yeah, I was.
More horrible news in the world of music. Dolly Parton's husband died less than 12 hours ago. So this is breaking news. Dolly Parton's husband, Carl Dean, is dead at the age of 82 years old. Of course, awful news. However, we're trying to find the silver lining. Dolly Parton is now his widow. I'm going through the divorce. So, Dolly Parton, I'd like to ask you officially, after he gets in the ground, if you'd like to go on a date with me, I'm available for you and your money.
Dark humor.
And all that you have.
Dark humor, inappropriately too soon, but well done, Darren. Shoot your shot, my man.
Thank you.
Shot.
I'm just plowing right through, my man. It's March 4th here on 94.3 KWVH-LP Wimberley Valley Radio. Thanks for joining the Damn Music Show. Moving on. Speaking of, we got people with some age going on here. So, the Grammys was on.
I like to call them grown up.
Grown up.
Yeah.
Mature.
I don't like the word a lot of age. Just grown up. They're grown up.
We're gonna run a few minutes over news, but we'll make it up on the back end with videos. But the Academy Awards, not the Grammy, excuse me. the Academy Awards, which are the Oscars, right? So anyway, they were on a couple nights ago, and the new Bob Dylan movie had a song.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Adam Sandler, Chalamet. But anyway, a song from the Oscars, the Academy Awards, was up for Best Original Song. They asked Bob Dylan to present. He declined. Conan O'Brien, who was the host, made a joke, and he said, Bob Dylan wanted to be here, but not that badly. So, which is so great. And so they got Mick Jagger, and I don't know if Mick wrote this joke himself or
how old's Mick these
himself.
days? Mick's got to be like 85.
Well, so Dylan is 83, Jagger is 81. So Jagger came out and said, hey, I heard they invited, I was the second choice. They invited Bob, but they said you should find somebody younger, so here I am. So congrats on
funny.
Mick Jagger for having the line.
I thought Mick Jagger was older than that. That's
He's
funny.
81. Well,
Is he?
it's 2 years difference.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah. You know,
83 and
I
81,
missed that.
but he looked great.
Dude, the dude is in shape. He is fit as a fiddle.
Yes, he is.
Which I
well, he
wanna know where
travels. When
I
they
know.
go on tour, he travels like an 18-year-old
Where
with
did
his own
fit
gym.
as a fiddle come from? I should know this, right?
The original fiddle player was super,
Maybe it's like
super
a
fit, I
good
guess.
fit.
I don't know. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to skip some news.
Does anyone know any buff fiddle players? Yeah, there's a few actually. Now that I think about it.
No, I can't think of any. I do know of one buff saxophone player. The guy that
there's
played
lots of
for.
buff. No, there's lots
Really?
of
No, there's one bodybuilder type that played for Tina Turner in his band.
A lot of like a little.
It was
just
so weird
because
because he was
built.
so stiff. Like, during the Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome era, he would walk around with his shirt off playing saxophone. He was just this
but
big,
that's how I
muscle
envision
dude.
saxophone players smoke.
Google this guy and pull it up for,
okay.
for our
While
YouTube.
we're talking,
for our
yeah, I'll
YouTube.
throw in a
yeah,
picture.
type in saxophone player Tina Turner muscles, something
Okay,
like that.
you keep going.
I am. This is the last news item. Then we're going to hop into video. We're sailing right along. This dude
keep
right
going,
here.
Keep going. Keep talking.
Yeah, you got to pull this up
Keep
on
talking.
screen
I'll
so we
put
can
this-
show our
I'll
YouTube
put
channel.
this-
Look at that guy right there. So we're looking at a guy wearing chains around his neck.
Keep
Big
going.
saxophone
It's
player.
not only
He
chains
looks
around
like a
his.
leather daddy.
It's not. The chains aren't only around his neck. I'll tell
It's
you.
around his waist.
Yeah, that'd be one way to put
I want our
it.
YouTube channel
I'm
to know.
getting there. Hang on,
I want to
it's
know if
coming.
women find this guy hot. He's like Fabio, but with
I mean,
a
it's
saxophone in his
I'm
mouth.
not gonna lie. It's a good-looking dude. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
Whatever. Darren, a question. Do you think it's hard to play the sax when you're oiled down, when your body's oiled down?
Yeah, you're probably dropping the saxophone.
Not for this guy.
That's why they wear those little neck things around it. So, like, what are they? You know how the saxophone players wear the little loop around their neck?
Yes,
it's because he's all oiled
Look,
down with
this
baby
dude
oil,
doesn't
and
even.
he can't hold on
This
to the
dude doesn't even
saxophone.
have a neck thing because he's so buff. He's like, hey, bro, I don't need a neck strap.
This is going to kill on
All
TikTok.
right.
You watch.
Moving forward.
All right, here's the last news. So one of the bands I really like is In Excess. Mike has always slept on them.
If you're on the radio show,
having a
don't
good time.
come for us, but come for that moment. All right, head over to YouTube just for that moment.
Let's see, that guy, I'm going to call him Hunky Cold Medina. All right, we're moving on here. All right, good times. Goo Goo Dolls. Micah, so one of my favorite bands from the 80s is In Excess. I think they're unappreciated. Micah sleeps on them, which is cool. But their very first album, they had a wonderful hit called Don't Change, which I listen to all the time. It has been remade, which would have annoyed me, but one of the few bands that I approve of remaking the song has done it, very surprisingly, after all these years. Its song is 45 years old, but it's the Goo Goo Dolls. So they recorded semi-acoustically for the radio show Modern Rock Live Los Angeles in 1996. But anyway, their rendition is going to be on a bonus track on their 30th anniversary reissue. I did not know it was that long ago. But anyway, I'll be listening to Don't Change by In Excess, which came out in like 1982 by the Goo Goo Dolls. So that is the news around the world here on the Damn Music Show.
I don't know what happened on that last news report, but I'm with it.
It's great. I think we can only get to, what are we doing here? Oh, no, we got 15. And we may be able to get to one video, maybe a second one. Why don't we listen to a new song? We're going to slow down here and recap. Why don't you pull up the
one?
singer from Måneskin, dude?
Okay, clear.
So, here in the world of the Damn Music Show, as you know, Mike is a professional music producer out of Austin, Texas. I'm a professional marketer who plays guitar and have a passion for all things music related my entire life. And so we are going to review a guy named Damiano David. He is Italian. He is only 26 years old, but for the last 10 years, he has been the lead singer of an Italian rock band called Måneskin. We tried like 5 times to pronounce
neither
it.
one
I
of
don't know
us
that we're
can
getting
pronounce it right.
So our apologies to the Måneskin fans. But he is the lead singer. I have listened to all of their discography now, and I've become a real fan of this band. They're different. They're not your average rock band. They play a lot of different styles of music. The lead singer's got a very versatile voice. The bass player is about as cute as they come. It is a woman. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, I guess
judgment, Darren.
After
No judgment, you know.
After all these, well, they've only put out a couple of albums, but surprisingly put out a single already. I don't know what it's called, but it's Damiano David. He put it out just a couple of days ago. He's the lead singer of Måneskin. Is his first foray, his first single as we know it, as a solo artist.
Are we doing the whole thing?
We should do. What do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm just trying to time. It's 5 minutes, so we're going to talk over it as opposed to much pausing. Let's give it a go.
Oh, I see. Yes, we have 15 minutes left in the show, so it's all good.
Every man is his own jailer.
Yes, we are going to pause frequently.
And
like all videos,
we're going to talk
start
over
off
it frequently.
Like movies. And this
case you
video
guys-
is set in 1978.
In case you guys didn't know, that was a police car, and he is in cuffs.
It is distinctly different in Europe, isn't it? The police sound.
It is actually different. Okay, he looks like he is being jailed for those of our auditory listeners.
Yeah, in 1978, which he wasn't even alive. Neither was
I
Micah.
thought that we had something good in our hands. In a minute, it just slipped away. So many things I didn't
Fair
say. Before you threw it all away.
Can't see that on the radio, though.
Pretend I'm okay, but I'm lost and afraid.
I already like it.
Nobody really
Same.
God, such a good voice.
But now I'm dancing to a band with all the demons in my head. Call me when it breaks your heart next summer, baby, I'll be waiting here. Call me when you're all fucked up, my lover, and I'll be there to lick your tears. You had to throw away our love to find out nothing's as good as us. So call me when it breaks your heart next summer.
Pause it.
If you love letting go.
Well, it's a sad topic, but it's got major chords in it, does it not?
It has a
With
nice
it-
positive
and not a
lift to it.
Peppy, positive.
Keeps it
you
fairly
like that,
upbeat.
right? You like Blinding.
I really enjoy when the lyrics and the music feel like they're contradicting. When you
Well,
have
that's
positive music and a little bit dark lyrics, or dark music and positive lyrics.
Well, that's where my mind jumped to at first. When I heard the guitar, very standard chord progression, all major chords. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm
It's
gonna
all
like this.
major. I'd have to listen
Well,
closer, but it has
Yeah,
a major.
I don't mean
definitely.
the minor fall or that kind of thing in there, but it sounded to me.
It has a very
and again,
positive-
Micah knows
yes.
a million more than me, but it sounded on in a major key.
Yes.
And then to me, it's a song obviously about relationship troubles. I parse that out really quick.
Agree.
But can we just talk about his voice for a second?
We're gonna have plenty of time, Darren.
But a wonderful rock pop voice with a small amount of cry in it, which is hard to do. Cry without raspy, which I think is even harder to do.
Yeah.
At least as a lay person. But anyway, big fan so far.
Yeah, good voice.
It's a saying that I heard, but I don't know if it works for me.
Yay!
So if
Glad
I
you're getting the
see you
guitar.
on my street, I know that it was meant to be. Do you still think of me when you're under the sheets? So does he give you everything? Yeah. And I can see
Great hook.
I'll be waiting here. Call me when you're all fucked up, my lover, and I'll be there to lick your tears.
Rough video.
You had to throw away your love to find out nothing's as good as us. So call me when it breaks your heart next summer. Put everything I'm done.
Video shot
Every girl and every drug.
to make like it was shot on 8mm, like old video. It looks the time period.
Call me when he breaks your heart next summer. Baby, I'll be waiting here. Call me when you're all fucked up, my lover. I'll be there to lick your tears. But since you throw away
It's a perfect example of letting the song breathe and not overproducing it.
Little space.
Great breakdown there.
next summer.
He is exiting Les Prisons.
He's out of a relationship, jail. He's even got a scar on his face.
Going in a taxi at the girl's parents. Oh, girl's parents' house. Tension.
His parents' house or his parents' house?
No one knows. Tension. Next summer.
To be continued.
Oh, there's still 56 seconds
That's
left.
all
You
good.
think there's
So this is-
56 seconds of credits?
Damiano David, that is the singer. He's 26 years old, from Italy. The band is Måneskin. However, this is his solo work. I do know Måneskin won some version of like American Idol over in Europe several years ago. And that's how they got started. But Micah, your professional music producer, performer opinion is...
It is 56 seconds of credits in a music video these days. Cool. Yeah, I think I feel the same as you. It is like pretty typical. There's nothing surprising about the chords or the melody, frankly. But what they do, and I think I talk about this a lot with younger artists, is it's like, hey man, you know, everyone's pizza is just a little bit different because of the way they do something, the way they time it, or the heat, or the temperature, or the way they make their dough, or like the unique part of a lot of popular music today is, you know, not about being that unique, right? It's about him. And so they focused on his voice and delivering that in a way that felt like it landed. So this will be very popular. He is going to do very well with that song and on his next endeavor. Used all the production techniques typical to pop music, a lot of layering with the vocals to add in the chorus and add momentum and the feeling of power. Stripped it down earlier in the verses so it felt more personal and authentic. Put a little distortion or some feedback on it early, so it was just a little bit raspy. So they had these like kind of real takes to it, as opposed to like overly perfected in the verses. You know, I mean, this is how you do it. This is cut and paste, and hey, we're not going to create anything new. We're going to let him be new to the public as an individual artist. So they nailed it, as they probably should. Very catchy, very hooky. It's fun. It's a good song. I would not change the channel if it came on. I would hang tight and just write it out and enjoy it.
Well, this guy definitely has a style. And some of Måneskin's songs sound like this dude. Here's what I say as a music enthusiast, someone who understands basic theory, but really a student rather than a master expert person. I would say this. I listened to a song. We never listened to these songs ahead of time. However, considering the song, I listened to a brand new single from Tate McRae and the kid Leroy, who are dating. They're both 21-ish years old. I listened to it this morning. I couldn't hear a word either one of them said. It was just nonstop noise. And I tried. I tried really hard to pay attention. And it's a love song, and the video is cute. I'm sure it's going to be a big hit. But it's so hodgepodge, unoriginal. I can't hear Tate's voice. I can never hear Tate McRae's voice. Kid Leroy, I think, has a distinctive voice to him, and he's a pretty decent singer. And I like the trajectory of his career, but I couldn't stand this song because there's no room to breathe in this. There's no vocal showcasing in the song of Tate McRae and the Kid Leroy. They could have plugged in any two singers. It would have been exactly the same. This song, even though they used all the techniques that are always used and it's not particularly original, it flowed in a way that I felt compelled to pay attention to. The ups and downs, the back and forth, the push, the pull, that they slow down, show the guy that's got a song. That's what I care about for some reason. And so even though it's templated, to me, it's just like football. If you got a quarterback with a big arm, throw the ball downfield. If you got a guy that just throws accurate darts, 20 yards, run quick slants. And I think the producers did this with him. He's got a controlled voice that he can push high, he can keep low, and they built a song around that. And I think that's the sweet spot of commerce in art. And and from that standpoint, I think it was great.
I think what I find really interesting here, and whenever doing any style of music stuff, because the layman's affected the way that they are
100%.
inside of anything, like the production style from this to a Tate McRae song, I'd have to apples. It's not.
I'm not even sure you could.
Well, it's not bonkers different. Actually is like, and her vocals are pretty much just as front and center, and then he layers.
No way I see that. I don't understand that. I just don't. When you explain it to me.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. You can't hear how layered and how many different versions of his voice and harmonies are going on in the chorus.
Yes, I can.
So listen.
Yes, I absolutely hear that.
Massive.
But the voice is the front of the song.
So there's lots. Well, it's actually pretty pushed back right there in the back. It's way more in the front and here. There you go. So this is what I would call personal and present. Let's listen to it for a second.
Yes.
So many things I didn't.
Cool. Still
Awesome.
not that present. It has a little verb and a little delay, and it also has some feedback or distortion on it. So it's a little gritty, which I think you like. But
Yes.
that actually makes it harder to hear. When
Not
you
for me.
do that, it makes the definition go away, right? The definition of distortion, right? It distorts things. It distorts it. So it's like not as clean. It'd be like a guitar that's clean or distorted. The distorted guitar might be a little louder, but it's not as clean.
I guess what I'm trying to say is
Move it real quick.
Yeah.
This is just more not a comment on you, more a comment on listeners. As we go further, listen to how big, and he has ahs and oohs and multiple layers and octaves, and he's got tons of reverb and delay on his voice here.
Yeah, believe me, I understand what you're saying. This is not exactly what I'm talking about. I can hear the individual instruments on this song, and I can hear the actual words of what he's saying. With the Kid Leroy Tate McRae song, all I hear is the drum beat.
I think all I'm really driving at too is let's do this either on our YouTube channel or later.
Oh, let's do it.
Apples to apples the two.
Yep.
And I just want to hear how it's impacting you because I love that. I tend to believe in this situation that you are more a fan of this artist than them, and so your brain just hears it.
Yeah.
Your brain just hears it different.
I hope that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, but I hope that's
I
true.
also found this really cool. Not cool, maybe cool, but you might find this interesting as well. Tate McRae was just featured on American Songwriter. Mm-hmm. You don't get on American Songwriter unless you're doing, guess what?
Songwriting?
That's right.
It's not about her songwriting. It's about her production of her
No.
the music. Yeah.
This is another conversation
That's
where you
true.
were saying
That's
that you're
true. But I
feeling
said
Tate
before-
McRae's a one-trick pony, and I was saying, hey, I'm curious if she actually writes her music. Well, if you're on American Songwriter, you're writing your music. So, anyways,
Here come the
I-
toxic male
Ye-
comments.
Well, you're probably, I'd say if you bet 50% of that, you might be right. And it doesn't mean she doesn't have a ton of co-writes and other stuff.
dude.
I just found it very interesting as I saw it literally swung through my feed yesterday. I have not
All I do
researched
is
this.
talk about how
Research.
awesome Gail is, and I agree with you on Billie Eilish.
No.
It's
You
not-
have a
it's
you have a
not-
lot of
it's
you have a
not.
lot of positive comments.
Yes.
Look, man, I've learned too that like if you are going to talk on radio or the YouTube channel, somebody has something to say about something you said, and that's fair. I love
That
it.
is
That's the
true.
way it goes. So I just sit back and run. Anyways,
We
thank
did it.
you
We
guys.
made it to 30
Thank you
minutes.
guys for hanging out,
Love you
playing
guys.
along. Really fun here at 94.3 KWVH Wimberley Valley Radio. If you want to see more of us, head over to our YouTube channel, The Damn Music Show. Still mad. It's not the Mad Music Show, but it's damn like holding back the water. We'll do more stuff like this, and I'm gonna A/B these two songs next to
can't
each
wait.
other
I
and
cannot
show
wait.
Darren why he's really just biased and doesn't actually like the artist. I'm just slightly kidding. Until next time, everybody. See you
Bye.
later.